It's daddy season because my dad is here, Brian Kelly, the points guy, the girl in the green scarf. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
I always reference you as the girl in the green scarf, and I know you don't know who that is.
I know, it's on my to-do list to watch, but
It's
she
a
helps
great movie.
people
She was
money.
the original influencer. She was the original points guy, okay?
Oh my God.
You have to watch it.
I need to watch the movie.
It's like your coming of age
green.
story.
Green's my color too.
Yes,
It really
it's like this
pops my eyes.
emerald scarf. You have to watch the movie. But Brian Kelly's here. He's going to host with me. Friend of the toast, friend of the family, and also just like knowledgeable entrepreneur. And he took me on a private jet, so like he has to be here. You know, we got a lot of questions.
Wait, were you
for
offended by my Talbots comment yesterday?
Okay. It's just so funny that you say that. So I put up an Instagram on my Instagram yesterday of me looking glamorous in my corporate chic outfit, getting on the private jet. And Brian Kelly put a comment saying that I was on my way to a Talbots sample sale. And what's so funny is that I had dinner last night literally next to a Talbots on the Upper East Side. And I was just laughing the whole time. And I wanted to ask you about that because I was wondering like what you meant by that. Like,
no, because when I was growing up in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, there was a Talbots, and my mom, like, we're very like, she's not fancy, and she would always be like, Talbots is for RBs. I was like, what's an RB, mommy? And she's like, rich bitches.
oh my God.
So from my perspective, it's like, but like very business forward. I don't know that. What is the Talbot? What did it mean to you?
To me, it meant boring Upper East Side. Which is the same thing as an RB.
I just thought, like Talbots, I feel like is an aggressive businesswoman.
Is it? Well, you know what?
I've
literally never set foot inside Talbots, so I didn't know what to think of. Because my perception of
People
Talbots
liked it, though.
is
They
that
thought
there's
it was
always
funny.
been this one on the Upper East Side, and like I've never seen anyone in there, but it's always
You've gotta go
staying in
now.
business.
You've gotta
now
go.
I have to go. Now I got to get some Talbot chic. I bet it's very glam.
I guarantee within 6 weeks you will be a Talbots ambassador.
I was going to say hashtag sponsored by Talbots. Well, we're going to run through the Fast Five, talk about all things Housewives, all things travel with TBG. But then at the end of the show, we're going to be taking questions. I've been sourcing them from Instagram, YouTube, and all over the interwebs. And if you have any questions for TBG about credit cards, about points, about the Boeing 737.
Boeing.
I know, but like it's just meant to be pronounced Boeing. Right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, they should rebrand. I mean, they're also like having some problems, so maybe they really should rebrand, right? I read on tpg.com that the stock is going down.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that later in the show. But before we do that, we are going to sit here with TPG and deliver the Fast Five stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast. So there's a lot going on in the Housewives sphere. You are very invested in Housewives.
Very. I'm so excited. Potomac's coming back. Are you going to watch this season?
So you've been trying to get me into Potomac, and you also tried to get me into To Rome with Love. You said it was the best show on Bravo.
Yeah, like one weekend in the Hamptons, we're going to lock ourselves. You will trust the process.
But I finally
I
caught
don't
up.
think it was renewed though.
Sad.
But it's
I just caught up on Atlanta, and you were really like an Atlanta connoisseur.
Oh, yeah.
You're also invested in Atlanta. You're friendly with Phaedra.
Yes, well,
And you're out here
Phaedra's-
trying to get justice for Phaedra, right?
Phaedra is the best.
Phaedra is actually a nice ass lady.
Yeah, she's so fun.
And I love her friendship with Star Jones.
Yeah, Star
was epic.
Star was a lot of fun that
We
night.
we were at Amphar,
Amphar.
and our table was just so great. It was me, you, Jackie, Ben,
Heather McMahon, Star Jones,
Star Jones, Phaedra,
Lindsay
Simon,
Silberman, Simon Huck, Lindsay Silberman.
It was seriously like the most ragtag
I
team.
love it. I got to keep people on their toes.
You really do. Like you have now surrounded yourself with just such a great crew of yellow belly losers. You know?
Well, I remember when I first moved to New York, like 12 years ago. It was when Housewives just started, and my friend had invited me to this Bravo upfront party. And it was. I remember being like, "Oh my God, my DVR just exploded." I remember going up to Housewives shaking.
Literally.
I would be so starstruck with Alex McCord taking
You love Alex
love
McCord.
Alex
You are
McCord.
always referencing Alex McCord. Like you will literally have a conversation, and your sole focus will be like, "How can I reference this back to Alex McCord?" She lives in Australia now. She is a psychiatrist.
She is.
Or a psychologist, one
Yep.
of them. And she.
I'm actually personal Facebook friends with her on
What?
Facebook. Like that was when Facebook, like celebrities.
Right.
I don't know. It's like, let me just friend it. And
It.
yeah, I think.
You came downstairs in your Herman Munster shoes. They're Louis Vuitton.
Yes.
Even
But
Louis
back to
Vuitton
Potomac, are
makes
you gonna
mistakes.
watch?
No, but I.
Oh, you will love Karen Huger. I'm a
Really?
huge Karen Huger fan.
I just when I
She
saw
once
them,
held a press conference because her friends were talking shit on her. She held a full-blown press conference and didn't
For
serve
who?
for her friends to set the record straight about her husband's tax issues.
Okay, but no, I saw
But she
them
didn't
all at
answer any
Andy's
questions.
baby shower, and I was just like unimpressed.
Yeah.
You know. Well, so now I'm caught up on Atlanta, and I've got to get your hot takes on the Nene breakdown, ripping the producer's shirt.
Well,
what was that?
You know, when they showed it in the clips, it's like Nene Unleashed.
Yeah.
I think it was a very loose T-shirt that was ready to be ripped.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't
And
well
you know
made.
what she said? You open up as a reality star your lives, and if you have to set certain boundaries.
I couldn't
And if
agree
your
more.
closet's a mess, don't go in someone's closet. I'm
Also,
also
a closet is a personal thing.
and even going upstairs in someone's house, like when I grew up, my parents were like,
Yes.
you don't go upstairs in people's house unless you're like,
Yeah.
And in general, you don't do that.
And when
but,
all the ladies were coming to Nini's room, she was like, get out.
and Nene was clearly like has been breaking down
Yeah.
slowly.
That was wild.
So yeah, Nene, I'm like Team Nene on this.
Me too, and I love the new Housewives. Like, I think they're all in Atlanta. It's like in New York or Beverly Hills. I
was-
take strong stances against people, but I'm like loving all the Atlanta
I was
ladies.
on a plane, so I get plane emotional. I was watching
Plomotional?
the wedding yesterday. I had a tear.
Yeah.
Eva looked so pretty.
She's beautiful.
And I'm not a huge Eva fan.
I do not like
And I've
Giovanna.
cried.
Giovanna.
She's not even a housewife, so she's not even a friend of a friend.
No, but Tanya.
Tanya. You hate her?
I hate her.
I kind of like her. She's a bossy, successful.
Oh my God, she's
a
so
little
thirsty. She's giving me like Camille Grammer thirst levels, and I just can't.
Yeah.
And I really like Shamari.
Shamari? Oh my God, she has a drink.
Yeah, totally. But like when she gets drunk, she like turns like
But,
wanting
like,
to make
it's
out with
like-
everyone.
And I was actually thinking on the plane yesterday, I was like, Kim Richards aside, have we really ever had a full-blown alcoholic housewife like that on camera?
Yeah, we have one right now. Don't make me say it, in New York. No, it's not what you're thinking. It's not Luann, because she's at least out and about. Dorinda.
Oh yeah.
Dorinda's like
Do you
actually.
think she's sober?
No. And I know that she's not sober.
Oh.
Yeah, and like it's bad. And also, I mean, like this is
juicy.
these are like baseless allegations, but also Kelly Dodd.
Oh yeah.
It's not that they're like alcoholics, but they're spiraling.
Yes. But I mean, us in Houston, who are we to throw shade?
Us at the drive-thru at Whataburger, like literally, like that's why people are
I'm a
always
36-year-old man.
People are always like, you should
banging
have
on the window
a reality show of a fast food chain. Let us in. People are always like, you should have a reality show. I'm like, no.
Your fake cry, that moment of.
That was horrifying. We drove so far out of the way to go to Whataburger, and they're supposed to be open 24 hours, and we were banging on the door, and they were like, sorry, we're closed. The drive-thru's open. I'm like, thank God for the drive-thru.
I think I tipped our driver like $100.
Well, because
it was
the back of his car was covered in ranch, a la you, because I don't even like ranch.
I love ranch.
And like we were like,
who doesn't like ranch?
We were also like, do you want anything? We were like begging him to take food. He's like, no, I don't want anything. We're like, please take something. We ordered so much. We ordered extra chicken fingers, 7 drinks, 7 rings, 7 drinks. That was us. We had to return beverages at Whataburger because we accidentally ordered so many. If you watch my live stream, you probably saw the whole thing. But so funny.
But we weren't that. I mean, we
weren't even drunk. We were just hungry.
Yeah, and tired. I had been traveling.
When you think about season 1, Real Housewives of New York, Alex McCord being shamed for having nude photos. Remember, Ramona got up off the couch at the Russian tea room during the reunion and was like, I don't want to be a part of this. To where we are now, like Ramona and Bethany in the pool completely naked. Like everyone just naked all the time. Bethany and her movie, It's like how far we've come as a society.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. But let's just talk about Barbara.
What are your thoughts?
I know Barbara.
The first time we went to Countess and Friends a year ago, the first show ever, Barbara was the one who gave us tickets.
Yeah, so the Countess and Friends was the hottest show in town.
It really was. It was impossible to get tickets
It was impossible to get tickets. So Barbara, I know from the Hamptons, and I like Barbara.
Can you explain? The Toasters are just a little confused as to her job. Is she a contractor? Is she an architect?
Yes, Barbara is a contractor.
She's a legit one too, right?
She's a legit contractor, Evergreen Construction. So she does, in the TPG office building, so companies will say, I want a new headquarters, and she'll come in. So she'll design and build. Well, I don't know if she does design. She builds, but then she also does project management. She actually, we're making a new crazy headquarters. She
Are you going to have a lunch party?
Oh yeah, you should have a toaster. I should have a TPG toaster party.
Yes. Oh my God, that'd be so lit. If you want your new headquarters to be destroyed in 5 minutes, you should have a TPG rager.
Where'd all the merch go? The merch.
Where are all the credit cards? Everyone runs out to Barney's with your credit card.
But back to Barbara, I think she's a good addition.
Yeah, so the way
she's likable.
The way that I'm seeing it's like they started filming with the intention of making her a housewife, but she's not in the promo.
Juicy scoop.
Yes, yeah. He knew first that she was going to be a housewife. But I think they started filming with every intention of making her a housewife, but they were disappointed in her performance because she's not in the intro. She doesn't hold an apple.
Yeah.
But I actually really like her. I only like her.
Like she says, I don't need to hold an apple, I hold a hammer.
Oh, yes. I like her because she's on the side of justice that I wish to seek, which is the Luann Bethany brunette side. I'm loving the brunettes.
I like the serviceable aspect of her Instagram. She'll show how to spackle a wall. Although
Will she?
She just did a whole. It's very easy, spackle, but it made no sense.
And spackling's hard.
Fun. Yeah.
I would totally have her do my house in 2 seconds.
No, her work's good from what I hear.
Yeah, no, I've only heard good things from you. Okay, so let's jump right into the Fast Five. Speaking of housewives, from page 6, apparently Lisa Vanderpump and Lady Gaga had a girls' night out. Lisa Vanderpump is far from the shallow now. Wow, nice touch, page 6. The restaurateur and Lady Gaga bounced between Vanderpump's Los Angeles hotspots Pump and Tom Tom on Sunday night, an insider told page 6. Once at Tom Tom, they sat in the garden and Gaga loved it. It was a night of girls being girls, just like us.
Girly girls.
After Lisa just had landed from Vegas, working all weekend and last week. Her new venue, Vanderpump Cocktail Garden, is set to open at Caesars Las Vegas on April 1st. Do we have to go?
Gotta. Well, because Celine Dion's last show in Vegas is June 8th.
Oh my God, by the way, we really have to go.
We gotta go.
We're told that Vanderpump 58 and Gaga 32 did some DJing at the restaurants and took turns playing music. Oh my God, so
Do you think this was like a paid endorsement?
So this is disappointing because it's obvious that Lady Gaga has been like a Housewives stan. She had Countess in her music video. Like she's obsessed with Housewives and she's really invested in it.
Beyonce's obsessed with Housewives too.
Yeah,
like
she loves Atlanta.
Yeah.
But so if I'm someone who's invested in Housewives, specifically Beverly Hills, I know that Lisa Vanderpump is a manipulative shrew. So why would I be
I'm
hanging
actually
out?
Team Vanderpump.
What? Are you kidding? Are you all caught up?
Yes.
Did you read the blogs?
No.
You have to read the blogs.
I'm a blogger. I don't read blogs.
No, you have to read the blogs, especially Teddy's, because they add a lot of color.
I'm not Teddy. I feel like that was the smoking gun, those printed texts.
Just wait. That's what they want you to think. But Teddy explains in her blogs. Oh man, I literally had to like teach Taylor Strecker this yesterday too. It's like, why does nobody read the blogs? Teddy owns her part. She's like, yes, I hated to read, and me and Lisa had this plan. We were going to bring it up.
But she didn't mention that in the Bahamas. Where
No,
she's like, oh,
but it's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, but she's a liar. She
Yes,
lost credibility.
she lied. I totally agree. But what
And
she's,
I like how like the producers showed the past seasons of her pretending.
Yes, but wait, just wait. Because what she says is that they had this plan, and they go to Vanderpump Dogs, and Teddy does her part of the plan. She says, is that Lucy Juicy Apple Goosey, whatever the dog's name is? And then Lisa Vanderpump is like, stop, I don't want to talk about it. And Teddy's very confused because they had this highly orchestrated plan.
So wait, LVP's evil because she wanted to take down Dorit, but Teddy's not evil because she wanted to take down...
No, Teddy was complicit. But
Dorit as well.
But Lisa Vanderpump is manipulative to another level. Like Teddy was just playing the part. Teddy hates Dorit.
Not sold.
No, just wait.
Where's Jackie on jury duty?
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You are wrong, Brian.
Are the toasters going to come? Is no one LV?
Well, so
Team LV?
actually,
is this an unpopular position?
People are pretty torn because the way that it's being set up now, it's like Lisa Vanderpump is right. So like, how did we get to 6 months from now, her like basically not going to show up to the reunion and fighting with Kyle and Ken in her house, you know?
Because she just lost her brother. She doesn't need this. And
Oh,
she's
for
also
sure.
the richest.
For sure. Eileen Davidson lost her mom. Eileen Davidson lost her mom like the day before they started filming and nobody cared. But now with Lisa Vanderpump, everyone's like, oh, it's so sad.
But like
sad.
losing your brother is really sad. Like
So is losing your mom.
Losing a parent's really sad, but losing a brother.
It's all sad. One is
Team
not more
LVP,
sad than the other.
I actually got it wrong. LVP is the richest housewife in all history.
No.
Yep.
More than Bethany?
Yep.
My
brother in the Hamptons last summer, we did this trivia game, and my brother like got it just to, I thought it was Bethany, and no, LVP's worth like 50-some million.
No, I'm sorry. There's no way that LVP is worth more than Leah Black from Miami.
She's not a housewife.
No, you said past or
No,
present.
but Leah Black's husband's a lawyer.
Yeah, but he was the JFK lawyer.
No,
they're totally the richest housewife.
LVP.
How did you find that out? Did you Google
I
it?
actually did Google, and then Google corroborated my brother, who's like a straight.
Who is the richest housewife in history? They're going to give me like housewives, not
No, it'll come up LVP.
Real Housewives.
Google.
You think?
Yeah,
Yeah?
LVP.
Oh, you Googled it? Here, people.com. Oh my God, you're right. Lisa Vanderpump, number 1. Number 2, Kyle Richards.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a lie. Number 3, Cal Radswell.
Well.
He lives in a studio. There's no way. This is wrong. 4.
Well,
4. They're saying 4. Tariq Kemsley. Her husband is being indicted for tax fraud.
That's definitely messed
5, Candy Burris. That I believe. Oh, 6, Tinsley Mortimer. She didn't even have a house up until last season. 7, Bethany. No way. This is wrong. I'm sorry. Countess. No. Dorinda. No. No. It's like when you live in New York, you really know. Like,
Wait, what's the source? Like celebrity?
People.com. I mean, when you live in New York, you really can tell based on where people live. And like, sorry,
But
no.
some people don't. Wealth whispers.
Oh,
Money
please,
screams.
not Housewives. Okay, I want to check another one. Slice, ranking the Real Housewives by net
Who's
worth.
number 1?
Number 1, oh, totally wrong. Teresa. No fucking way. Okay, I think it's just a testament. It's just a testament to like how shady all the Housewives financials are, because like they're all like living in
Teresa
mansions.
Judas is number 1.
It's like they're all living in mansions that are
cookbooks.
empty,
Yeah.
empty, no furniture.
Oh, and who's the latest one? Oh, do you think Eva's a fraud? I don't like how it took that turn. It's like, can we end the season on a high note? But I guess
Yeah.
you have to end on some sort of negative
But it's
shade.
like, what is Eva's career? She was America's Next Top Model, right?
Yeah. I
And
mean, I'm not shocked.
I don't know who
but
her
who cares?
husband
So
is.
she's poor. There's a lot of poor housewives.
Yeah.
And so what if you're not?
Leanne Locken?
Yeah. Ooh.
No, Leanne Locken owns it.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is another. I did a lot of Housewives.
How do you think the Infinity dress line's selling?
I mean, I heard that like Berg Dress is just like dying to get it, but they can't get their hands.
It's
So
a
your
supply.
friend,
It's a supply chain issue.
your friend John,
Janet.
Actually, sorry, our friend John, Janet, bought the dress, and he does drag, and he wore the dress.
At Janet unofficial, 2 N's in Janet.
And he's so funny. He bought Leanne Locken's prized possession of what's it called?
The
Infinity.
L'infinity dress.
L'infinity dress. And honestly, he looked like a snatched as fuck in it.
At the TPG Awards, he came out for
In
the after party
in the L'infinity dress. He looked so good. I
mean,
really enjoyed
He
it.
never looks bad.
No, yeah, but like he was looking like snatched to the gods.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of Housewives specific stories today, and this one's really bizarre. It's from page 6, and it says, Taylor Armstrong says daughter Kennedy doesn't miss late husband Russell Armstrong.
Does anyone?
Shade. Okay, former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Taylor Armstrong says her daughter doesn't miss her late father. Armstrong revealed on Laura Wasser's Divorce Sucks podcast via The Blast that she brings up her late husband Russell to their 12-year-old daughter Kennedy, often on the advice of her psychiatrist, quote, so that she doesn't think people just disappear. Okay. So I was saying, do you miss daddy? And she said, no. N-O. Armstrong, 47, added that she tried to bring up positive times that they shared as a family, but Kennedy still didn't want to hear it. Quote, she waited for a minute and then she said, why would you miss a boy who screamed at you all the time? Oh, shit. I mean, I think I'm really, like Taylor Armstrong is in a really good place. Like from the place that she was in, like when her husband.
Can we just talk about like what is the reason for her to do this podcast?
Yeah, it's like she's not famous anymore. Like
Yeah.
there's literally,
Let's
that's
talk
a great
about my
point.
daughter's emotional stress on a podcast.
Yeah, and it's like if you need a psychiatrist for your daughter, you
And
shouldn't be
didn't
talking
he die
about
by suicide?
Yes,
Let's
after.
can we skip to the next one?
Yeah, like
I feel
after
this
he
is
was
going-
indicted for crazy Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, and he like was abusive to her.
Yeah, but she's in a really good place now. Like,
Yes.
she has a really good marriage. They live in Chicago or Aspen or something like
Aspen,
that.
yeah.
Like she's really come such a long way. It seems like weird to be doing a podcast and be like airing your daughter's dirty laundry.
Yeah, for
Right?
no reason.
I mean, I do miss her.
Do you think she'd ever come back to Beverly?
No, I think she's like
Wait,
actually
is Brandy coming back as a friend?
she's coming back in like 2 scenes going to dinner with Denise Richards.
What do you think of Denise?
Well, I'm like bored by her so far, and I feel like she only got.
I'm worried about her. Is it husband now?
Yeah, he's so
when
hot.
he ordered like a quadruple tequila.
Yeah.
Although once again, we're shading people. And,
for drinking, but like we do that too.
yeah, so.
But
I
it's
take
like
that back.
for Denise, she got the job
He's so
because she's
hot.
famous. He's so hot. She got the job because she's famous, but she's so uninteresting.
Yeah.
Like her house is uninteresting. Her family's like there's nothing interesting.
And it's funny. Her tagline is, "Oh, my real life's much more interesting."
Yeah, oh man,
Actually,
that's such a
it's
good
not.
call.
Yeah.
But she, at least she's like bringing what we needed her to bring, which was I didn't even know that Harry Hamlin was married to Nicolette Sheridan, who was Edie Britt on Real Housewives. I mean, on Desperate Housewives, which is just the connection. It's just, and she left Harry Hamlin, and Harry Hamlin went to Lisa Rinna, and Lisa Rinna says like the best thing that ever happened to her was
Yeah.
Nicolette Sheridan leaving Harry
And then
Hamlin.
Nicolette Sheridan pretended like that didn't happen, and then
Yeah, so
Rinna
Nicolette
clapped
Sheridan was
back.
tweeting, and so
Yeah.
now it's like, okay, Nicolette Sheridan has to be a housewife.
Oh,
She
that
could
would
use
be
it for
good.
sure. She's not returning on her. She's on Dynasty. She's not returning.
Oh,
So she really could use a job.
Dynasty's a show.
Oh my God, it's the best show. I was telling you about it. You didn't listen to me.
Early,
I mean, I don't listen to anyone
early
either.
onset growth.
Yeah, literally. Amnesia is contagious, and apparently I gave it to
Yes.
TPG. Well, Taylor Armstrong is in a better place. I do miss her. Like, if you can't be my friend, then please don't be my enemy. To Lisa Vanderpump. See, Lisa
I
Vanderpump
miss-
has been manipulating since season 2,
No,
Beverly Hills.
Revisionist history.
No, you have horse blinders on. You're one of those LVP stans on Twitter who just refuses to listen to logic.
Nope.
Yes.
I listen to facts.
Oh, please. Then read Teddy's blogs.
All
Okay?
right, I will.
Will you read Teddy's blogs?
Can you send me the link?
Yes. Oh, okay. Oh my God. Diva over here. Okay. Next story was like taking the world by storm yesterday. And I was really shocked by it. And this is from E! News. Amy Schumer says her husband, Chris Fischer, is on the autism spectrum. Amy Schumer has shared that her husband, Chris Fischer, has, quote, autism spectrum disorder. In her upcoming Netflix special, Amy Schumer Growing, the 37-year-old star opens up about her personal life, including her marriage to Fischer. The couple, who will welcome their first child together this year, recently celebrated their first wedding anniversary. Quote, I knew from the beginning that my husband's brain was a little different than mine, Schumer says in the Netflix special. I have to start this over because I really want to get this right, because I love him very much. My husband was diagnosed with what used to be called Asperger's. He has autism spectrum disorder. He's on the spectrum, Schumer continues, and there were some signs early on. Once he was diagnosed, it dawned on me how funny it was because all the characteristics that make it clear that he's on the spectrum are all of the reasons that I fell madly in love with him. Schumer tells a Chicago audience in her hour-long special. That's the truth. He says whatever's on his mind, he keeps it real, and he doesn't care about social norms or what you expect him to do or say. Schumer and Chef Fischer married in a surprise ceremony in Malibu, February 2018, just days after going public with their relationship. This is so
amazing.
interesting.
Yeah,
Me
I
too.
think it's good to talk about it.
Me too. It's like
I think-
awareness and acceptance.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool.
I think it's very cool. Yeah.
She's like so like on the ball always, like of like progressivism, you know?
And she wasn't joking.
No,
Yeah.
right. So when I read this story, I didn't realize that she had said it in
Yeah.
her special. Don't you feel like it's a weird place to announce it?
Yeah.
So you're supposed to be
That's why I'm
joking.
like, yeah.
So maybe is it a joke? No.
No, she wouldn't be joking
No,
about
that'd be like really fucked up to joke about. But she canceled her tour, so how is she even doing a special?
I don't know.
She's had like such an interesting career.
I saw her several times, like years ago, and then she opened up for Madonna, and like,
Oh,
I feel like
yeah.
her material wasn't changing at all.
Oh, did you see the same jokes?
Over and over, like
Oh,
three different
really?
times. I was like, okay. It was
That's
like
so
about
weird.
Michelle.
Actually, Jackie said the same
It was
thing.
like about Michelle Obama, like really crudely,
Ooh.
like having sex and then
Ew.
having to
The
like
first lady?
walk like a duck back to bed. Like it was like
That is a look kavod, as we say in
Yeah.
my people. That's terrible.
Yeah, so it was,
Michelle
like, wild
Michelle
the first
Obama
time, but
is
then,
like
like-
holy as fuck.
I know, and that's she's a shock.
Yeah, I mean Jackie saw
And I
her.
did see the movie, the I'm So Pretty or
Well,
whatever.
so I
That
think
was
her
kinda
movies
giggly.
are amazing.
Yeah.
I just don't like her stand-up. And Jackie saw her stand-up and said the same thing. She said it was the same material and it was like really just like not funny. And
Yeah.
Jackie said Bridget Everett opened up for her.
Oh,
Like,
I
Bridget
love-
Everett was so funny.
We've got it. I saw Bridget Everett. You
She
know,
does cabaret.
John Janet and
Yeah.
Caleb and all they love Bridget Everett. We went.
I love her.
It's wild. Like,
She does cabaret.
she does cabaret. She sings. She dances. She pulls her
Tits
jugs out.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
like,
the Countess is like coming for her spot.
and I know. And Bridget was in the Countess's first show.
Oh yes, I love a little synergy.
Yeah.
Well, so with Amy Schumer, it's like I love her movies. I think Trainwreck was the best, funniest movie, and I think I Feel Pretty was good, but it had an amazing message, and I loved
Yeah.
it. I felt like I was the ideal audience for it.
I feel like the end was like 30 minutes too
It was
long.
stupid, yeah.
like-
But the overall message, it was like very Shallow Hal vibes.
Yes.
Do you ever see Shallow Hal? Oh my God, we've got to get you a movie.
I
Like we do
know.
Toast Movie of the Week, and you need to start subscribing.
I should do it.
Well, I just don't. I think her stand-ups. Like, I think she did an interesting thing with her career because, like, 5 years ago, it was like Amy Schumer was the biggest thing in the world. It's like what Tiffany Haddish was like a year ago.
Yeah. What's up with her? So she's doing Groupon now.
She's doing
Is
Groupon.
she
She's
still-
making that Groupon money.
Yeah.
Is in just like she's banging out movie after movie. She's like what remember when Katherine Heigl was in the same movie
Yeah.
400 times?
Yep.
Like rom-coms with Gerard Butler. That's what she's doing now. Tiffany Haddish is in the same fucking comedy with Kevin Hart, just like 10
I
times
watched
over.
Girls Trip with my mom.
The best movie.
And my mom's the coolest woman in the world, but I was like,
Was there a penis in?
there was just a lot.
Yeah. Well, Girls Night came out the same week as Rough Night and Girls Trip.
Yeah.
And they were literally the same movie. It's like 5 girls like leaving their husbands at home and like one of
Yeah.
them is having a mental breakdown. So I get confused between honestly which one is which.
It made going to have you been to New Orleans?
No. Oh my God, we
It
should
made it
do.
look really fun.
It is really fun.
Yeah.
Do you Mardi
You
Gras?
haven't been. How do you know?
I've been to Mardi Gras.
Oh, I thought you said you
I've-
haven't been to New Orleans.
Oh, did I say that? Yeah. Oh no, I've definitely been. It was lit as fuck.
Yeah.
I saw
We met
tits.
some New Orleans toasters in Houston.
Oh, they were wild.
Wild.
I mean, oh yes, we went
Fun.
to the bar with them.
Yeah.
We were buying shots.
Well,
for
they came to
everyone.
the bar with us.
Yeah. Linguistics.
I have Toast Star. I was like,
Yeah,
I
you
like
do.
start looking around. It's like
Toasters.
toasters.
Because like honestly, the bar scene in where were we? Houston wasn't very lit on a
Well, it
Tuesday
kind of
night.
was though, because
Well, once the toasters arrived, it was lit.
Yeah.
But at first, it was like very
there was
empty.
a single go-go dancer at JR's Houston.
He was working hard. He was working hard. That's all we
But
can
by
say.
the end of the night, there was.
I mean, we turned that.
It was amazing. There was a deaf drag queen hosting a twerking
Oh my
contest.
God! No! She was blind.
Oh, blind drag queen.
Yes, and oh my God, I totally forgot about that.
It was amazing,
Margot,
yeah.
we made Margot enlist in the twerking
Margot's
contest.
gonna.
She's gonna kill me for saying it, but I videoed the whole thing, but I'll never post it. She was gonna kill me, but she won.
She won.
And yes, the
Snitch.
Well, one of the drag queens came out and was doing a whole Celine Dion repertoire, and
Which shook
we were
me.
like
I'm the
feeling
number one Celine Dion
holy
fan.
as hell. We were like screaming, and everyone was tipping the drag queen, and I went up and she like wasn't taking the money, and someone came over and they're like, she's blind, so you have to touch her ankle.
Oh.
I thought it was so interesting. It was just like
It was an amazing show.
performance. Her makeup
on a
the
Monday
glam.
night.
Yes, I totally forgot about
We're
the
like,
drag
we've
show.
got to go to
Whataburger.
No, I'm like South by Southwest. You're like, no, we got to go to Whataburger.
We did have to go to South by Southwest, and we didn't make it, but
And
I
we
do
make
wanna-
it. We have to make a group apology for not making it to South
I know.
by.
I really want to go to Austin. You've been,
But I feel
obviously.
like no one blamed us for not going. I mean, apparently people in Austin that they couldn't drive to work. It was so.
It was
much
so
fog.
foggy. Yeah,
But
it wasn't our fault.
yeah, we if we would have known earlier, we should have just driven. It was like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, but by the time the panel would have been over. Okay, no, we already did Taylor Armstrong. Moving on. This is like kind of a dramatic story, also from E! News. New details have emerged after Mama June's arrest for drug possession.
I'm shocked by this.
I mean, I am shocked by this, but let's not forget they got their award-winning show canceled because her mom was hanging out with a child predator.
I'm not shocked by this at all. What kind of drugs?
Let's see. Mama June has landed herself in some hot water. An official with the Macomb County District's Attorney's Office confirmed to E! News that June Shannon, I didn't even realize that was her name, June Shannon was arrested for possession of a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia last week. People reports that her boyfriend, Gino Doak, was also arrested. TMZ reported on Wednesday that the police were tipped off about the alleged crimes when someone called in a report of seeing two people engaged in a heated confrontation at a nearby gas station. I wonder what credit card they were using. What credit card is good for gas?
Oh, the city. Thank you, Premier.
Gino and Mama June have been together for 3 years. She was even tweeting about her beau just 2 days before her arrest. The reality star was sharing with her Twitter followers some of the show's most outrageous moments and mentioned him on a few messages.
This is very Britney Spears.
Yeah, except like a lot less glamorous. I mean, I miss their show every day. Like when she was on Toddlers and Tiaras and like took the world by storm, and then they got their own reality show, and it was really good for like the first couple seasons, and then like it unfortunately got derailed by the fact that her mother was bringing a child predator home to her children. But there were so many great things about it. I mean, Mama June's oldest daughter was pregnant and gave birth to a baby with 2 thumbs. Remember? It had a little thumb and then like a branched off thumb. Donut and Pumpkin, they were just stars, but really Alana was Honey Boo Boo Child.
Where is Alana today?
So she's on Dancing with the Stars Junior.
Oh, is she? Is she like 15 now?
Yeah, I mean, it's
How's
not
she
good.
doing on the
It's
show?
not good. It's just all bad. I mean, I actually thought the show was going to be really good
Is
for
Mama
her.
June in the audience
Like loving it. They also
no,
have the show,
like you know how like the pageant moms are always like
like mimicking the moves.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a show
And
now.
is Mama June, is she skinny now?
So she does Mama June, Hot or Not, and the first season they like gave her gastric bypass surgery, and she's so skinny now. And I guess also she's on drugs, so like that makes her skinny as well. So they're just out here making premium content for the trailer trash of America.
Yeah.
And I'm appreciative.
It's a line of content that needs to be produced.
That's true. Like someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really mad at Mama June for like ruining a perfectly good thing. Because like right when they got canceled, like they were about to move out of their trailer like into this huge mansion. Like it was like they were making it, the American dream, and she ruined it with her child predator. So sad. Child predators have to ruin everything.
Yeah.
But like TLC has a weird like morality
I
clause.
know, right?
It's like that's where you draw the line. Not like Sister Wives has been on for 30 years. They
Everyone
still have the Duggars.
Everyone says that I have to watch Sister Wives.
It's the greatest. Also, like they have the Duggars who are like very controversial, but it's like you're gonna kick off the fucking what is their last name? Her name's
Boo Boos.
Boo Boos, yeah, I guess. Like,
Well, child.
I know, but it's like that's just funny. Like that's where they draw the line.
Yeah.
You've got to watch Sister Wives. Now they have so many like spin-offs. Seeking Sister Wives, when like you're looking for the 4th. I love Sister Wives. It's the most fucked up, crazy ass shit. And the one husband, Cody, is just so.
But I've been deep in it. Have you ever watched 90 Day Fiance?
No, but everyone loves
So
it.
I will. We got to do some like trading.
Swap,
here.
yeah.
I will watch. You need to watch Potomac and 90 Day Fiance.
Okay, Not to Rome with Love.
That'll be for like
For
a
a rainy day.
rainy day. And then I'll watch Sister Wives and the Green Scarf movie.
Oh my God, it's called Confessions of a Shopaholic. At least have enough respect to say it right. Now, our final story is a great segue into just the travel and world news of the day. And it comes from a very prestigious website called thepointsguy.com. And I honestly need you just to explain this whole story for me. Because when we were together, you were talking about it just because like it's something you're obviously interested in.
We had our biggest traffic.
But the Boeing stock takes a huge hit after the 737 MAX crash. What is the 737 and what happened? And now just explain the whole thing from top to bottom.
So for like 30 years, the 737, I'm sure everyone has flown on one. It's what Southwest. It's all Southwest.
Is it the 3 seats on each side?
3 and 3. It's like your medium-sized plane. It's like what AA flies to Miami. It's like what most like 2-3 hour flights are on.
Okay.
So we've all flown on 737s. The new generation is called the MAX, which had it has like new features. It's like slimmer seats, aka the airlines just jam more people on it. It's not really a remarkable air. It's like the
average.
It's like the average aircraft that gets you places. You're never going to remember it, but. So Boeing, it's their best-selling plane.
And Boeing is what? A company that makes planes?
Boeing makes planes. They do a ton of stuff. They do they make fighter jets and all this stuff for military. But Boeing mostly is, they're known for their airplanes. So the 747, the Queen of the Skies.
747 is like where you fly internationally?
Yeah, that's what we're flying back
to Israel.
from Israel.
I'm so excited.
So anyway, so Boeing, so this is their new future. They've sold thousands of these planes. And about 6 months ago, one of them went down. And brand new planes don't just crash mechanically.
How long were they out in the market before they started crashing?
They came out, I think, about a year or so ago, maybe a year and a half.
Oh, so it's very new.
So it's very, very new. And then 6 months ago, Lion Air in
What's Lion Air?
Indonesia? Oh. Yeah, it was Indonesia. So the plane took off and went like crazy and then just crashed. So
and did everyone die?
Everyone died. So everyone was like shook by this, but Boeing said, no, it's fine. Like, we'll work on it.
What was the problem?
So, 2 weeks ago in Ethiopia, the same thing happened. They took off and boop, 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 and 6 minutes in, crash. Everyone's dead.
Oh my God.
So that's when, they're very, and it's hard, being at your computer trying to figure out what's going on with the plane. Like, you got to leave it to the experts. Although it's coming out. So basically, they knew there was an issue. The plane, the sensors are wrong. And with these new planes, there's so much technology where pilots can't take control. They've actually made these new sensors, so in case a terrorist gets on, they can.
Oh, the terrorists are ruining everything for us.
So the issue is and in general, most plane crashes are usually pilot error.
Oh, really?
So I guess you got to give it to the airline manufacturers. They want to make it safer for passengers, but when you go too much, and the thing is, what we're finding out, and this is the real crazy stuff, within the last day or two, that there may be a criminal investigation into Boeing. So they put this new system in, but didn't train anyone. It was a 1-hour iPad course for all the global pilots in all different languages. And so pilots had actually complained about it, and there's now news that the government shut down because the FAA was closed. All these complaints didn't get to the appropriate sources. But then the bigger drama is that our FAA is actually run by Boeing. That Boeing has
corporate greed.
Boeing has so much power. They're the number 1 exporter of U.S. goods because they sell so many planes and military equipment. Everyone. That they have basically taken over the FAA. The FAA, which used to be, the FAA used to be the gold standard of all the flight agencies, U.S. aviation. So the FAA was the last to ban the MAX. So when these 2 planes went down, I immediately was like, no TPG employees flying on these planes. And then, it started, China was the first, and China was like, hell no, let's ground these planes, let's be safe, right? And the FAA was the last. So our government.
Because it's Boeing.
And it's, you can extrapolate from that what you want, but it's shady that Americans were flying on this plane before, and it's a dangerous, pilots agree, everyone is, it's a really sad story.
Could the families of any of the victims sue Boeing?
1,000%. That's why Boeing wanted to say, oh no, it's fine, keep going.
Oh,
How crazy is that?
That's so terrible.
Putting profits over people.
I wonder if I've been on a 737 MAX in the past year. What
from
is
LaGuardia,
Miami.
Routes? What are LaGuardia, Miami, we covered the Boeing, the American Airlines version is horrible. They actually jammed so many seats in. The airline flight attendants union is complaining. You've been in a 737 MAX on American. If you go into the bathroom and it's so tiny, you actually
can't turn.
You can't turn. It's so jam-packed because they put in so many seats.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And so now their stock has gone down.
Stock's gone down.
Wait, so did America ground them?
Yes. So finally, a week after everyone else grounded them, Drama. So it's a real kind of stain on American
Totally. Aviation.
And they're like, oh, a computer fix is coming next month, but they were still flying the planes.
Oh my God, that's so scary.
So I think
I need to pay more attention.
Yeah.
Because maybe I was on one.
You probably very well could have.
So when you book a flight, do you check what type of plane it is?
I've said this from the very beginning. Checking what plane you fly is. Domestically, if you're on an hour or 2 flight,
it doesn't really
if you're in coach,
it's all the same.
It's all roughly the same. But in general, Airbus actually has wider seats. Airbus.
So wait, is Airbus a competitor of
yes.
Boeing?
So here's the story. So Boeing is U.S. and Airbus is European.
Oh, so Airbus is loving all the drama.
Of course.
Right.
And now all these, no one knows how long these could be grounded for. And Boeing is making 6 a day. So now they're starting to pile up.
Tell them to stop. That's so stupid.
But when you make an airplane, it's 2 years of supplies that come into the final assembly.
Oh my God, that's wild.
So it's not the end of the world. I think they'll probably come out with fixes, but it's a big deal. So, but most airlines have, there's not that many of them out there. It's still a tiny fraction of the total plane. So it's not like a majority of the fleets. Normal 737s are fine to fly. So if you see that you're on a 737, you'll be fine. But
what's the ideal plane? If you're looking for a flight, a 3-4 hour flight.
Okay, so here's the thing. In general, if you're going internationally, you should look to fly 787s, A350s, A380s. These new types of planes have better air filtration. They're actually, the mood lighting, it all helps with jet lag, and they're quieter.
Yes, I've been seeing mood lighting as a trend.
Yeah, and it actually helps with your jet lag. So internationally, like, you know, if you want cheap flights to Europe, Norwegian Air has almost all 787s.
Ben just flew, you want to hear a crazy story? Ben just flew Norwegian Air to Florence, and he was in first class, and there was nobody seated next to him, so he was like so excited, he put all his stuff on the chair. 45 minutes into the flight, he falls asleep, and he wakes up, and there's someone next to him.
Did they upgrade themselves?
I don't know, they just like came and sat, because they had moved all of Ben's stuff like into the middle console, so Ben got woken up by like his hat rubbing on his arm, and there was some guy sitting next to him.
Interesting.
Don't you feel like they're more strict about it?
Well, the thing is, once the plane's in the air, it's the captain's flight. And the flight attendant, so actually, my friend Jason and Caleb, they got upgraded after the flight took off recently because American Airlines had screwed up their reservation. But the flight attendants were like, that's not right. So the flight attendants can move you up to business class.
They can?
It's
That's
rare.
why you should always be nice.
But be nice. That's why I always say, if you're super nice to people,
you go such a long way.
it goes such a long way. Flight attendants, if you're really nice and get to know flight attendants, even in business or first class, like I've had flight attendants give me bottles of wine when I'm leaving. They're like, have a...
Ooh.
And my friends did too. Like if flight attendants like you,
they have a lot of power.
They've got so much power. It's like they're
so
like fiefdom in the sky.
Yeah, it's like once you take off, it's their world.
It's their world.
Wow, that's so interesting. And also like with gate agents and stuff, just
Gate
being
agents
nice goes such a long
so
way.
gate agents get screamed at all day. I mean, I see it like there's literally a tornado at LaGuardia and lightning, and people are like, I need to get to my bachelorette party. Like, don't be that person. Gate agents have no control.
Have
but
you
if
ever
you're nice
said
enough,
anything to someone being like, relax, like be nice? I
no,
see
but
people yelling.
oh my God, I wanted to say, what would you have said? I know you're non-confrontational.
I'm
and I actually channeled you.
non-confrontational.
So yesterday on my flight from Miami to New York, I sit down, and I love Tom Ford fragrance, but the guy next to me bathed.
Oh, that's
It
terrible.
was like, I was gagging. I had all the vents on, so then I'm like freezing cold. And then he puts his feet, I almost wanted to
What?
He put his feet up. He was literally like heels to Jesus.
Shoes on or off?
No, he had his socks on, but they were like,
Ew.
he was sitting like this. I was like, and he smelled so bad. I almost wanted to, at the end of the flight, just be like, I love your fragrance, but like, it was really, like, really strong. But then I'm like, I can't because...
No, you can't. And honestly, at the end of the flight, it's like, that's pointless because you're never going to see this guy again. But
I would
you
say
could
if
have
he was a toaster, like...
Yeah, totally.
But
If
he would have said hi to
known.
me if he was a
No.
toaster, yeah.
But like, there are certain scenarios on a plane where like, you really don't know what to do. Like, I had a problem and I texted you, like, I was on my way to Vegas to meet you and it was a lay flat bed, so the guy next to me fell asleep and he was snoring so loud over my headphones. I was watching Entourage. I heard over my headphones so loud. He obviously like has a problem.
Yeah,
but what
like
do you do in a
sleep
situation
apnea.
like that?
You can ask, I mean, usually I would just recommend, like, go to the galley and just say, ask the flight attendant what they would do, because they can, like, I mean, it's a dicey situation.
Right.
And if he has a medical problem.
Right.
But I would always get the flight attendant involved. And then, like, go to the bathroom and ask the flight attendant to, like, wake them up, or ask them maybe to, like, sleep upright
Yeah,
or
if you,
something.
or like on your side.
Yeah.
Only when you sleep on your back. When you sleep
Yeah.
on a plane, you sleep on your back?
I always sleep on my side.
Me too. I actually sleep on my belly sometimes because I'm so short I could literally fit into like any little pod.
I can't.
I love a lay flat bed. I'm so excited. I'm going to Phoenix. You know, I have a problem. Explain this to me. And this is always what I like yell at you about, like as if you can do anything about it. But I'm going to Phoenix and I just went to Salt Lake. Both 5-hour flights.
Yep.
Also, I go to LA and it's also a 5-hour flight.
Yep.
And when I go to LA, no matter what flight I'm on, it's always a lay flat bed. There's no lay flat beds
I
to
know.
Phoenix.
And even like sometimes San Diego.
I'm going to Phoenix next weekend. Tickets available at girlwithnojob.com. Sorry.
Swipe up. No, just
Brian's been to, what, 400 shows?
They're so good.
Thank you.
They keep getting better. Like,
Thank you.
You're singing? Girl.
Ben did say my show at Foxwoods this weekend was the best he ever heard me sing.
Wow.
And I'm working on a nice project when I go to LA.
I'm so excited for that.
Sorry, continue.
So lie flats, yeah, you know, it just depends. But like certain flights, like I flew to see you in Houston, all the flights are like terrible 737s, but one a day is a 767. So that's why I couldn't see your first show.
So that's why it's
I needed a lie flat
important.
bed.
That's why it's important to look at
Yes.
planes.
So it's like an advanced tactic, but like once you start flying a lot and you get upgraded or whatever, like flying, and especially flying on a bigger plane. So US Airlines will put international planes on random routes. Like New York, Miami is a 767. There's more business class seats, so your chance of getting upgraded is higher. So even when you're flying to LA, there's sometimes 767s on Delta versus 757. The 767 has twice as many business class seats.
Right.
So if you're booked in coach as like a platinum medallion, your chances of getting upgraded. So that's why like understanding plane types and choosing your routes if you have flexibility.
Right. Interesting. And you have like rewards accounts with every single thing on the planet, right?
Yes, I will fly like whatever airline is like the most comfortable.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're not biased.
No, I mean I usually will fly American because their miles, I have top status and I can get more value from the miles, but.
Okay, well, we're going
But
to
it's
take
all
some
about
toaster questions.
credit cards.
We get so many specific questions.
Yes.
When people meet you on the street, are they like, hey, Brian, I'm in this, I got this amount of debt and I want this credit card, but I need...
Emails,
taking a
people
trip.
will say that. So the funny thing, whenever people see me on the street, they will say, I took this amazing trip. Like, people always want to tell me about their... And that's
amazing.
That's what keeps me doing what I
Totally.
do.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, literally when I met you, I had a debit card. That's
Yes.
it. And I had no points. Then I got the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Is that the better one?
So,
did you talk to them about my problem?
I did.
On your podcast.
Well, it's so funny you say it. So just today, so the Sapphire Reserve, you earn more points per dollar spent, but it's a 50,000 point sign-up bonus, and it's $450 a year. It's like a lot for the average person. So the preferred, which I think Jackie had accidentally signed up.
Jackie got by accident because it's confusing which is preferred and which is reserved.
But the thing is, the preferred is a great starter card, and actually starting today, you earn 60,000 points.
When you sign up?
You earn 60. Instead, it used to be 50.
Yeah, that's
and
what
the
I got.
reserve is 50. So now on the Sapphire Preferred, starting today, you get 60,000 points.
Do I get grandfathered in for the extra 10,000 points?
No.
That's
Although,
bullshit.
actually, if you applied for a Sapphire Preferred within the last couple months, you can always ask and say, hey, look,
Really?
it's 60 now. Always ask. And with Chase, you can just send a direct message through your account and say, hey, it's now 60,000. Can I get that? They may say no. They may say yes, but
No,
it
I've
never...
had the card for like 2 years.
It
I
never hurts
definitely
to ask.
can.
You're not getting 10,000 points. Although it never
bullshit.
hurts to ask.
That's
I don't know.
bullshit.
A lot of times, if you're a good customer with them and you're like, hey, it's 60, like the thing is, it never hurts to ask.
Yeah, that's
And,
true.
I mean, what group
And be
is
nice.
thirstier than the toasters?
Nobody.
So ask for points. So anyway, so today, the Sapphire, it's a $95 annual fee, but you get 60,000 points when you spend 4,000 within 3 months. So just put everything on it, and you earn double points on all travel and dining. But dining, so travel includes Uber, airlines, hotels.
Oh, yes. And you know what
and
I did?
even subways, gas,
Oh,
or
no
not
way.
gas, tolls, parking.
I also didn't know you can connect your Lyft account to your Delta account. So
And
it's like it's a
earn
dollar
double,
per.
You double dip. Yeah.
Yeah, that's epic. I
Yes.
love that. I love little tricks like that.
gotta-
You also taught me about the Delta shopping portal.
Yes.
Which
so
is or,
when you're shopping online, like always shop. Like if you're going to go to Nordstrom.com, never go directly to Nordstrom. You can shop through airline shopping portals. So you basically go to Delta
Sky
SkyMiles
Miles
shopping.
shopping
or Advantage e-shopping. You put your frequent flyer number in, and then it'll say like 5 points per dollar at Nordstrom. You click the link, it puts a cookie on your computer, and then you earn 1, 2, up to 10.
and they have like flash sales. Like sometimes
Yes.
it's like just today, 30 miles per dollar.
So,
I
and
love
that way you earn miles from using your credit card for shopping at Nordstrom, and then you also earn airline miles for shopping through their portal. It's
So it
called
just
double
makes you,
dipping.
it makes you feel better about spending money. Like you can
Exactly.
rationalize.
All of your online shopping, you should be earning frequent flyer miles. So never, 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 never go directly to a retailer's website.
Such a good call. We actually had a lot of questions about the Target card. Do you know anything about it? The cashiers always make it sound so
Yeah.
easy, but I feel like there has to be a catch. From Melissa Culp.
Yeah, the store cards, that first purchase, you save 10%, and if you're spending $500, it's $50. So here's the deal, like with the normal card, like, the Sapphire Preferred, we value Chase points at 2 cents a piece. So 60,000 points is worth $1,200. So even if you're spending $1,000 and you're getting 10% back, you're getting $100 on a Star credit card.
Right.
So in order for you to get $1,200 in value, you'd be spending if you're spending 12
Right.
grand at Target,
Right.
then maybe, but then even after that, the Target points, you're earning basically 1% back. The store credit cards are generally not worth it. If you want a cash back credit card, the Citi Double Cash, it's no annual fee, and you earn 2% back. So there's
So
no.
it's really math.
It's all about math. You want to be maximizing every dollar you spend. So once you get a credit card and the big sign-up bonus, you also want to be maximizing like the categories in which you spend. If you're spending a lot on Seamless and Subways and Uber, get a card.
I think I meant Subway sandwiches, and I was like,
Well, that too. That's
Yeah.
double. So then it's like So then it's like the Sapphire Reserve is triple points. So if you're really
Right.
spending a lot, the Reserve does make sense. But the tip for everyone is if you're new to the travel credit card game, you want to get the Sapphire Preferred, get the 60,000, and then down the line you can always upgrade it to the Reserve.
and that happened today.
And that happened today. So if you go
Breaking news.
and we actually have the links, Kate, right? So it's at the
It's the pointsguy.com/toast.
Toast.
If you go, all of TPG's info's on there because it can be a little confusing. And this is probably the most basic question we got the most from Amanda Hayes. When do you cash in on your rewards and when do you save?
Yeah. So I know a lot of people are like points hoarders where people like to see their accounts grow. And once
Right.
you get into points and like you see your accounts,
You become
it's like
obsessed.
100,000, 200,000, you're like, ooh, it feels so good. But here's the deal. The airlines and hotels, like they generally devalue points over time.
Oh.
Which means like, Delta 10 years ago, it was like 100,000 miles round trip to go to Europe. I am going this weekend to Paris, and it was 320,000 miles one way. So the airlines, it's brilliant.
It's inflation.
Exactly. So they keep inflating. So you don't want to wait forever to use your points, but you also don't want to just squander them on cheap flights, right?
Right.
So, and it also depends on your financial situation.
Yes.
If you're in debt, my recommendation to anyone in debt, get out of debt. Now, student loans a little bit different.
That's great advice.
But like, instead of racking up and spending, like, so if you're in debt, I would say use your points for everything and then pay down those bills. Like your number one focus, instead of like saving to go to Thailand in 4 years, get your bills down.
Get yourself out of debt.
Because if you're paying interest, I mean, it's 20% APR, it doesn't matter how many points you earn, you will be paying for them many times over. So really, get yourself to a place where you're out of credit card debt, and then spend smartly and get credit cards, 1 or 2 a year with the 60,000 point bonus. That's 60,000 points is a round trip ticket to Europe.
Totally.
And in peak summer that's $2,000. So
yeah.
So basically get out of debt, but then put everything on credit cards and pay them off every month.
This is from Claire Conity. What, in your opinion, in your professional opinion, is the best airline lounge? Like, if you're taking an international trip, what is your preferred lounge of choice?
So my favorite of the U.S. airlines, American Airlines has flagship. So if you're flying first class, or they can invite certain people in. So basically, it's full dining. They have Krug champagne. It's really, really nice. I would say, and the United Polaris lounges for business class are the best, but you have to be flying business class internationally.
See, that's confusing because it's like, so I only fly Delta, and that's like what all my experience is.
Yes.
And I always go to the Delta Sky Lounge because I'm a platinum medallion and I have the platinum business card that you told me to get. But so I always walk in, and like when I have a first class seat, I always think that just gets me into the lounge. They're like, no, we need to see your credit card. Why doesn't a first class seat just get you into the lounge?
Because there's so many people flying first class, the lounges would be zoos. I mean, there are already zoos, and you have to be, in general, to get into an airline lounge, you have to be flying internationally in business or first, or have top tier elite status and fly coach, or have an airline credit card. The thing is, the airline lounge access is usually $600 and up. The airline credit cards that offer lounge access are like $450
a year.
Plus, you get all these other perks.
Right.
So, like, never pay for lounge access. You can get credit cards that will get you in, and the lounges are like decent. But the U.S. airlines charge for like nice tequila and nice wine. The best all around is with the Amex Platinum. You can get into the Centurion lounges. The Centurion lounges, you can bring 2 guests, and it's all you can, eat and drink, like good food, and no upcharges for anything.
Yeah,
so
it's
having an Amex Platinum or Business Platinum, if you have a business,
But what airline? Okay, so I have an Amex Platinum, and I have for years, and I've literally never been to a Centurion lounge because where the hell is it?
They're at LaGuardia, Miami.
Where? And how do you find it? Because there's always a sign for the Delta Sky Lounge.
Yeah, because Delta. So with the Amex Platinum, you get Delta Lounge access and you get Centurion.
Yeah.
So at LaGuardia, if you're flying Delta.
It's right there. There's
it's right
two.
there. It's the Centurion Lounge is by the American Airlines side.
Oh, but I never fly American Airlines.
Right. So basically, American Airlines used to have lounge access with Platinum. Then one day they were like, no, we're going to only give it to City. So
Got it.
Amex is basically saying,
fuck
screw
you. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to build these amazing lounges. So they're in Houston, they're in Seattle, Las Vegas.
Right.
Even if you're flying Delta, Las Vegas, you should go.
Okay. Because I've literally never been.
Seattle, they're opening one in LA.
But I'm always looking for it, and there's never like a sign for it or anything.
I know, because you fly Delta.
I love Delta.
Yeah, but the Delta lounges are like, eh.
You know what? They get the job done, and they have great mac and cheese.
Hummus and
their snacks could use like a little bit of an upgrade.
Refresh, yeah.
We got a lot of questions about people who commute to work, like they drive and they want to rack up points for gas.
Yes. So the best all around. So the city. So think of it like this. So there's 3 main types of like bank credit cards. There's Amex, so the Amex Platinum, which gets you in the lounges, but it's not the best for earning points. You earn 1 point, but 5 on airfare. But those points transfer to different airlines. And in general, learning, the way you get ahead in points is learning how to transfer your points from Amex, Chase, and Citi.
To what? To
airlines? To airlines. And Capital One now, actually. So there's 4. So there's 4 key bank programs. Capital One just added transfer points. So, when you redeem them to if you go on Amex Travel or Chase Travel, they're going to give you like 1 cent per point for flight. So a $500 flight's 50,000 points. At the same time, if you transfer your points,
so you shouldn't book it in the Chase portal.
No, you transfer. But this is where we are flying to Israel. We actually transferred Amex to El Al. And then we booked first class for a fraction of what it would. It would have cost like 1 million points each if we would have purchased it.
Wait, because I was looking last night with Ben to book my flight to Israel.
Yes.
And I was doing it on the Amex portal.
Yeah, so it's just going to price it based on because they're like $8,000 tickets.
Yeah, they're so expensive.
So like my ticket, and at the cheapest level with United, which United has their new planes on the Israel route, it's amazing.
Oh, I'm doing United.
Yeah, I used 180,000 Chase points and $5. So that
God,
flight
for a first class seat?
For first class. So 180,000 is going to get
you have to help me with
It's going to get you like a $2,200 flight. That ticket was $9,000, but I used 180,000 by transferring to United and booking by transfer.
So the key is accruing points in these portals, but not using the portals for anything other than transferring.
Correct. You have
I
just
didn't know that.
solved. Yeah. So if you buy Amazon merchandise, you're getting less than 1 cent. If you buy a flight, you're getting 1 cent. If you transfer and book business class, you can get up to like 8 cents a point.
Got it.
So, but in that, it gets a little tricky. You got to figure out the transfer partners, and that's why this summer we're coming out with the TPG app.
Which, by the way, you just have to come out with it already.
I know.
It's going to change lives.
I know, because every dinner party I go to, when people actually do ask, so I want to go to Italy on these dates,
Right.
And I'm like,
and that's how you got started, almost like as a concierge service.
Before I was a blog, people would pay me $50, and I would just like use my knowledge to help book amazing trips.
That's so crazy.
So now we're actually going to get back to that we're going to track your points. We're actually going to, even finding the right credit card can be like, well, I don't know, how much do I spend on gas?
Right.
So we're going to actually link up to your bank accounts, and we'll scan what you spend your money on.
Oh my God.
Like Mint. And we'll actually say with points, and then you can say, I want to go to Croatia this summer, and we'll actually then pull it all in, and we'll say, use these credit cards, and then this airline actually has availability.
That is so interesting.
So we're going to do all the logic for you until then, but if you Google like the points guy, how to maximize my Chase points, Amex points, we have like tons of blog posts about how to do it. So what I love about points is it's a currency that the more you mine your knowledge, the more valuable your points become. Mm-hmm. And that's why when people get into the transfers and you do it the first time,
obsessed.
And it's like a little bit like stressful. You're like, am I doing it right? And then you redeem that trip to Israel for literally $5.60.
So you recommend transferring credit card points to airlines. Do you recommend transferring airline points like between airline partners?
You can't transfer between airline partners. Like you can't transfer your Delta points to Air France, but you can redeem Delta on Air France. But a lot of times you have to call the airline and be like, I want to fly.
And I want to use these miles.
Generally, when the airline website shows you an option, there's cheaper options out there, but you kind of have to go hunt for them.
So the key for people who are looking to save money on flights is to open credit cards with that are good for your situation, accrue those points, and then transfer those points directly to airlines.
So what you want a good sign-up bonus. You want good category bonuses. You want to be earning more than 1 point per dollar. If you're earning 1 point per dollar on most of your spend, you're doing it wrong.
Got it.
So like at the Toast landing page, the pointsguy.com/toast, we've got like the cards we've identified for toasters, but then I'm also going to be bopping into the
successful savings. So for those who are in our Morning Toasters Facebook group, which hopefully everyone is, we have a million subgroups, and we just started one called the Successful Savings, which she didn't understand the reference, but it's a Confessions of a Shopaholic reference where she works at Successful Savings and then writes the girl in the green scarf.
Have you ever done like a live? I will come in a green scarf and do a live.
Oh my God, yes! Okay, but the Successful Savings group is just for people who like want to learn more about credit cards, about points, share tips and tricks. So we're going to be sharing a bunch of tips in there too. So go apply Successful Savings. I'll put it in the group. Just so people can learn. I feel like I've had you on the show 1,000 times, and I'm learning today more than ever. I feel like sometimes like I just listen.
I mean, you were a little
thick-skulled. Yes. No, I'm understanding.
It's getting a little warm in here. I want to do a little outfit change.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
You brought an outfit change?
I bought an outfit change.
Oh my God, you literally walked in with a garment bag.
Yeah.
What are you going to put on? I'm scared.
You'll have to see.
Oh my God, there's
so
fully
basically
a
the goal
bag.
is once you
Should
get.
I not look?
Don't look. Once you get the Sapphire Preferred, then you will graduate.
All right, everyone, just hang tight for those in the podcast. Brian is taking his shirt off, and he's brought a garment bag. I thought you were going somewhere else after this, like somewhere more important where you needed a blazer. Because you were also on Ryan and Kelly. I want to talk to you about that because you saw Colton. He was there the same day as Colton and Cassie, and he was in the green room with them. Oh my God, that is so funny. Okay, you guys, put your mic back on. Brian wore this jacket to the TPG Awards when this card, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, won Credit Card of the Year.
Yes.
And now you're wearing it again. Damn, it really aged well.
I really want to draw. I know, right?
You're drawing attention.
The Chase executive, they had a big Chase conference, and they actually asked to borrow it.
Shut up.
It's been on the road.
It's glad as fuck. Did you have it made?
Yeah. So John, our friend, he works in the theater
on Broadway,
and one of his friends is a costume designer in theater. So this was like an old tux blazer, so basically Chase Sapphire Reserve won Credit Card of the Year.
Yeah. And what does it say as the name on those credit cards?
It says the Points Guy.
That is so epic. And that credit card today went up to 60,000.
So the preferred, which is the junior cards.
They need to change the names of these two cards. They're too similar. Preferred, reserve.
But the goal today, get the Sapphire Preferred, the 60,000 points. It's the $95 version. It's like the ease-in card, but then down the line, when you're ready to get like the
upgrade.
Big Daddy card, that's what the
You
reserve
are Big
is.
Daddy.
So you get in with the preferred, and then you
work your
upgrade
way
down
up.
the line because you get more points with preferred.
Is
but
that
I just
comfortable
felt like
even?
It's not. I'm like crunching.
Yeah, no, it's very crunchy. You have to stand really straight. It's good for your
But I
posture.
like attention, so.
You look great.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, we got so many more questions. You just have to. Do you have a launch date for the app yet?
Launch date will be July, but we're actually going to be doing testing with the app. We actually just came out with an initial test. So we're going to be testing and actually doing events all around the US over the next 4 months. But the app should launch in July.
Okay, I'm very excited. Maybe we'll do like a TPG sponsored birthday party because my birthday is July 10th, and we'll push the app. And I'm just looking for someone to pay for my birthday party. Yeah. What's the best card for a college student trying to build credit?
Okay, so college students, and I was just at Davidson College last week.
You're so like, do you get tired? Just like, what do you consider home?
Last week was exhausting.
What do you consider home?
So my home is Miami, but I'm in New York all the time and on airplanes, and I'm going to the UK next week. We're launching in London and Brazil, so I'm like really.
You're a man of the world.
Man of the world.
JFK is your airport. Is your home.
So the best card for a college student. So there's several, it depends on what your credit score is. So everyone should get your free credit score, annualcreditreport.com. Some people can get like a decent credit card at first. I would say like a Freedom. So the thing with Chase is you start with the Freedom.
What's your credit score?
780. It goes up and down because
you have 20 credit cards.
I have 25. Well, it's not because I have credit cards, but because we put like $1 million a month in business expense on my cards.
Right.
And that's the biggest factor is like how much you're
it's
using.
Like they give you credit, but they yell at you for using it. It's bullshit.
That's not bullshit.
I have the worst credit. I don't know why though. I always pay my bills.
Score?
I don't know. It's like in the 6s.
What?
Yeah. No, it's a big problem.
Well, I think the big thing is you're probably like, are you paying your bills off?
Bitch, I pay my bill multiple fucking times a month so I can get more money.
Okay.
And I'm always calling, bitch, can you raise my credit limit?
And they're like, no, maybe there's a reason why that you're not.
Yeah, I know why. I called.
Why?
You ready? You're gonna die. You're gonna die. I don't know if I told you this. I have a negative recent public record.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. Everyone's always talking shit about me online.
Well,
I guess.
your credit report.
I'm trying.
Okay.
What's a good credit report?
Okay.
Is there someone you could talk to at creditkarma.com?
Actually, your Chase Sapphire will give you a free FICO score. So get your FICO
Is
score
FICO good?
and get the report, and it'll show you FICO's the real score. So Experian, there's all these like Credit Karma's going to give you like a fake score.
I'm going to check right now.
Yeah,
FICO.
if you go into your Chase Sapphire Reserve, that gives free FICO, right, Kate?
But
back to my question about college students. So if you can, get a Freedom, no annual fee. I like the Freedom Unlimited. It's 1.5 points on everything. The thing is, once you build a relationship there, then you can graduate to a Sapphire Preferred or Reserve, and then those points, instead of being cash back, they become transferable, which we talked about. Transferring points is like the ninja mode of points. If you can't get a Freedom card, all Discover cards have no annual fees.
Their commercials are annoying as fuck.
Yeah, and they're like just cash back, they're decent. And if you can't get any credit card, you can get, and a lot of people who move to the US and need to establish credit, you can get a secured credit card where you have to put $500 on the card and you like pay it off every month. But having a secured credit card for like 6 months will usually get your credit score. As long as you pay it in full every month. It'll shoot your score up to the point. You really only need like a 680 or so to get a decent credit card. Of course, getting out of 850 points, you want to be above 700. Once you get above 750, that's excellent, and it doesn't really make a difference. But the goal is to get above 700. But even at 660, 70, 80, you might be able to get, as long as you have nothing negative on your report. The number one. FICO puts on their website, you can go to FICO and look at the pie chart. The number one aspect of your FICO credit score is payment history. So never, ever, ever miss a payment, even if you can't.
Automatic payments.
Yeah, so set up automatic payments. At a very minimum, just the minimum payment will be fine. Of course, you want to pay it in full. And then the number two is how much available credit you have. So actually having more credit cards and more available credit and using less of it increases your score.
Okay, I was out here on Discover.com trying to get my FICO credit score, and they wanted me to make a password. It was too long.
Okay.
I just want to find out what my credit score is because I feel like it's not good.
Everyone watching should know your credit score.
Those commercials are so annoying, but also informative.
Yes, and we'll put in the savvy saving scenes.
Successful save scenes, like how to get your credit score.
We'll do a post. There's a lot of credit cards that'll give you your FICO score for free. If not, we'll put links on that because credit education. I love points and. especially because so many toasters are young. I want everyone to be educated, understand what goes into credit, because your credit score is an asset. If you mess up your credit score, it's going to affect you for many years to come. And if it is messed up, there are clear ways to get it back on track. The first thing is, if you have something negative on your report, always call. Most creditors will actually give you a pass the first time.
Oh, really?
But don't put
Who do you call? Like credit.com?
No, call the credit agency, or even a Verizon bill. I was stupid. My fraternity house moved and I didn't do any address forwarding. Fast forward 3 years later, I was in collections from Verizon.
Shut up.
And they gave it to a collection agent. It was a mess because I put my head in the sand. I knew the bill was there, but I was like, whatever. They're going to forget about it.
Yeah.
They don't forget about it, and it will haunt you. So, it's not a fun thing to face that side of it, but there are clear steps to getting to good credit. So the longer you put it off, it compounds how much harder it is.
Yeah.
So if you miss a payment, call right away, be nice, and
or just put on automatic payments.
Yeah.
I never think to pay my bills. I just do
Yes.
it. Oh, my rent is on automatic payment too. Well, we're going to put all of these helpful tidbits on the pointsguy.com/toast in the Successful Save Scenes group, and then also in the Morning Toasters Facebook group. So make sure you're just checking those out to stay in tune with what's necessary. Thank you to the Points Guy for coming in a look, because we appreciate that so much here on the Toast. You look so great. Keep up with the Points Guy and all that the Points Guy is doing on Instagram at the Points Guy, and personally, if you just want to see glamorous photos of me, we're going to see Oklahoma on Thursday at Brian Kelly, right?
BrianKelly.
3 Brian Kellys. Do you know that?
Well, Florida Georgia Line.
Georgia
his
Line.
crazy fans will send me some.
Really? Tits?
No tits, but they send me some
That's so funny. There's you, and then there's also a football coach.
Yeah, Notre Dame.
But you are at BRIAN. You got
at
it.
Brian Kelly. I got it.
Killing it.
And we're going to be launching a vlog soon of my travels on YouTube.
And we're going to do it in
it's
Tel
at Brian
Aviv.
Kelly, but don't follow it yet because
We're
it's not
doing it in
even
Tel Aviv too, right?
Yes.
Wow, I'm so excited.
Would you guys watch a vlog of Claudia and I traipsing around Tel Aviv?
Of course, I would. It's called my Instagram story. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Jackie's back tomorrow because she is officially off of jury duty. She just texted me. She has been let go. So unfortunately, she won't be serving her civil services, but she's back here on the Toast doing her civil service here. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye.
Safe travels.
Safe travels. Bon voy.